What's good, YouTube? This is Slick Talk and I'm back with another video. I'm just playing. This is Pactolas. My name is Shibu and this is the review of Shaka Ilembe Season 2, Episode 8. I'm in a bit of a different location this week. I'm near an airport, so if you hear some airplanes, please bear with me. Let's get to the end of the review. This is the episode I've been waiting for because I feel like in this episode we got all of the puzzle pieces that are needed to get us to the end of Season 2. Hear me out. Since episode 1, we've been getting breadcrumbs in the form of storylines that allude to the shifting of power dynamics in the region, and these are the storylines I'm talking about. Number 1 is the Ndwandwe family feud that's fueled by Nomahlanjana and Sikunyana. Second is Shaka's suppressed thirst for subjugation, as we've seen with the Matiwane and Uphagatwayo. And lastly is the Ndwandwe's ruthless and manipulative approach to ruling. All of these storylines have one thing in common as it relates to the shifting of power dynamics. They are ushering in an era of darkness, and Dingiswayo's death was the catalytic event. Let's break it down. The era in which Dingiswayo ruled was characterized by peace, prosperity, and abundance. Trade was going extremely well, and kingdoms formed strong alliances with great relations. This was the era of light, an era that sadly died along with Dingiswayo. His death marked a significant turning point into the era of darkness. What I'm expecting to see moving forward in this era of darkness is a time riddled with wars, external kingdom subjugation, and internal kingdom conflicts. A time of oppression and mercilessness. Episode 8 was a collection of all the storylines that are helping to communicate this theme of a transition into the dark times. I don't know if this is the work of the editors or directors of the show, but the way that the storylines and scenes are organized, packaged, and presented is something that needs to be studied. I regularly find myself asking why certain scenes that seemingly have nothing to do with each other are stitched together. Here's an example from episode 8. There's a scene where Shaka is grieving at the beach and he's expressing his remorse and guilt for not having marched with Dingiswayo. This scene is juxtaposed with Somveli being dressed in the king's attire, and it shows Somveli's impatience and shortness in receiving all of the accessories like the bracelet and the staff. At first glance, these two scenes seem so far removed from each other, but when you scratch below the surface, this is what you find. We're being shown two sons of Dingiswayo. While both of them have just lost their father, only one of them is actually grieving for him. His other son, while not celebrating his father's death, seems very eager to take over his position. With this in mind, you get to understand why Usomveli, who was beginning to show signs of being a man of honor in the previous episodes when he confessed his betrayal to Dingiswayo, you get to understand why he went back to being a manipulative coward who was willing to get his uncle killed just to keep the throne. All of this is being communicated through the purposeful arrangement of scenes, and that's what I'm talking about. We're not just given the scenes in a random manner, but it is a carefully executed task that not only delivers the story, but plays a crucial role in communicating the themes of the story. And that's what I mean when I say episode 8 was a collection of all of the storylines that are helping to communicate this theme of entering and transitioning into a dark era. I could do an entire separate video just on the directing and the editing of Shaka Ilembe. There just isn't enough time in this review to do that. So if you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments and I'll start working on that for you. Anyway, this shift into a dark era is also marked by Shaka's grief that morphs into a dangerous resolve to not only avenge Dingiswayo's death, but to rule autocratically, without any influence from others and without any interference. Shaka's rejection of his mother's counsel and his dismissal of the Royal Advisory Council is signaling a shift into dictatorship and tyranny. He's slowly moving away from collaborative kingship, which wasn't always a weakness because kings could benefit from diverse perspectives to make more informed and balanced decisions. Shaka is moving away from that to something much darker. And that was the episode for me. This theme of a shift into a dark era. And as I mentioned earlier, this is going to carry us till the end of season 2, starting with the Ndwandwe Zulu War, which has been a long time coming. I'm very, very excited to see that. Anyway, that's it from me for the review of episode 8 of season 2 of Shaka Ilembe. What were your thoughts on the episode? man, there's something happening between Goloza and Dombazi. It was so weird to see him not want to receive comfort from his own mother over the death of Unyengelezi. There's a strain there in the relationship somehow, and I wonder what it is. It was also nice to see Ziligazi story taking shape and forming. They're really making this guy build up a grudge against the Ndwandwes, hey? So it's going to be very interesting to see how his story unfolds. And I'm very excited for the last 4 episodes of the season, especially starting with this war between the Zulus and the Ndwandwes. It's been a while. I've been waiting to see Shaka square up with Zwide. Well, it looks like it'll be Nomashanjana now, but I've been waiting to see the Zulus and the Ndwandwes square up. It's going to be so interesting to watch. I cannot wait for episode 9. I will see you next week for the review of episode 9. Until then, have a good week. Bye. I'm done, baby. I can't even be serious right now. So if you hear some airplane, you just gonna need to deal with it. Yeah, give me that small YouTuber grace and kokumoya and speak properly. Oh, that was not bad. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it, okay? Next. At the beach. Okay, girl. Get it together. Anyway. Wow. Let me speak properly. Dismissal of the royal advisor. Do you see the notes? Season 2, episode 8. Yeah. Yo, I don't know how to close this off, and I'm just wasting time. I'm literally done.